How's it going, everyone? I'm JJ and welcome back to another Pokémon Journeys episode review. In this episode we'll be continuing the battle between Ash and Cynthia. Last week's episode was very good, so if you haven't checked it out, make sure you do. It's the last episode I uploaded. Without further ado, let's get into the continuation of Ash vs Cynthia. So the episode opened up with a little recap of last week's episode. Again, like I just said in the intro, it was the recap of Ash vs Cynthia, so if you haven't checked it out, do check it out. But then after that, we then see that everybody is cheering for Ash. Even Team Rocket are cheering for Ash. They're saying, come on, he needs to pull it together. Remember, by this point, Ash is down 3-2. Ash has lost 3 of his Pokemon, including his ace Pikachu, while Cynthia's only lost 2 of her Pokemon. So at this moment, Cynthia is winning, and obviously everyone wants Ash to win. Again, including Team Rocket. We then get to see all of Ash's Pokemon back at Professor Oak's lab, who are cheering for him and again really want him to win, as do we at home. Ash then sends out his Dragovish while Cynthia goes for her Garchomp. And very cleverly by Cynthia, Garchomp goes for a Stealth Rock, which basically scatters rocks all in the field, so if Ash changes Pokemon, it's going to get hurt by the rocks and do some pretty serious damage. But that was all that Garchomp was good for, because Cynthia swaps Garchomp out for Roserade. And if you remember in the last episode, Gengar hit that Will-O-Wisp on Roserade and put a burn on it. However, Roserade with its ability managed to cure it, so now it is not burnt and pretty much at full health. Which means all the praise I was giving to Gengar for actually doing some damage, now technically hasn't done any damage at all. Roserade ends up hitting a Poison Jab and poisoning Dragovish, and Dragovish isn't that happy about that because it tries to bite Roserade's arm off. Which again was very surprising. Hey, if you've got a mouth like Dragovish and jaws like that, then yeah, you could pretty much bite and eat anything. Eventually, Dragovish lands a powerful Dragon Dive. I mean, you can see by this picture the fire in the background how powerful it was. And by doing so, it takes down Roserade, which now means Ash is on 3 Pokemon and Cynthia is now on 3 Pokemon. Ash then decides it's going to swap out Dragovish since it is poisoned and, you know, losing health every time it attacks. However, Dragovish basically says no, he wants to continue, dodges out of the way of the beam for the Pokeball, and yeah, just wants to continue its battling. Cynthia then sends out Milotic. After a little exchange of moves, especially with Milotic sending out some musical notes, Milotic then wraps Dragovish up, a bit like the way that Milotic did to one of Iris's Pokemon. With Dragovish being wrapped up and can't really move, means Milotic is free to go for an Iron Head, and it does so and takes Dragovish out. And I want to say fair play to Dragovish. I mean, it didn't give up. We can see it trying its hardest, and I mean, it was poisoned, so you got to think of that. It was very weak to begin with, and it took down Roserade. It then held its own against Milotic, and here I thought Dragovish was just the Pokemon that everyone makes fun of and laughs at because it's comedic relief. But to be honest, it held its own, and fair play to it. Well done, Dragovish. Ash then brings out his next Pokemon, which is Surfetched. And bear in mind, Ash is now down to 2 Pokemon left. And very cleverly by Surfetched, it uses its shield to spin it around and destroy the Stealth Rocks that are covering the field. Bear in mind, as soon as Surfetched entered the field, it got hit by the Stealth Rocks, so it's already lost a little bit of damage by doing nothing. So very cleverly, yes, it grabbed the shield, span it round, and it destroyed, I think, every single Stealth Rock on the field. I mean, you can see everyone, including Cynthia, is very surprised by this, and I was at home very surprised as well. Eventually, Surfetched brings back its shield and goes for a Star Assault, charging towards Milotic through all of its musical notes, slicing into it and beating Milotic. Cynthia sends out her next Pokemon, Garchomp again. Both of them exchange a couple of moves, land a couple of moves. Surfetched then goes for a Star Assault again, charges towards Garchomp, and very almost take Garchomp out. Both of them were stood after the attack, and Garchomp, it looked like it was about to fall over, but it managed to catch itself on its foot. Yeah, I was very surprised by that. Again, Surfetched is one of those that I don't think is that powerful. I think it's just there on the team because it's a new Pokemon. And for it to almost take out Cynthia's ace Pokemon, yeah, very surprising. However, due to the recall that Star Assault does, it means that Surfetched has actually knocked itself out, and it's standing up a bit like Incineroar in the Alolan League. It evolved from Torracat into Incineroar, and then it just basically went unconscious while it was still standing. It's a bit like this. Cynthia then realised that Garchomp is actually quite injured and swaps it out for Togekiss. Well, Ash is down to use his last Pokemon, his only hope, Lucario. Heading over to the stands, you can see that Go and Hop are cheering for Lucario, and Cinderace comes out of its Pokeball and basically cheers its loudest cheer for Lucario. It's really good to see because they didn't really get along a couple of times in the beginning. I remember them having arguments, not really using it together as a team. But now it's good to see that Cinderace is cheering for Lucario and wants Lucario to win. Once again, both Pokemon exchange a couple of moves. Lucario damages Togekiss, and Togekiss damages Lucario. And Cynthia then does the unthinkable. She then has a Dynamax band. She recalls Togekiss back, activates the Dynamax, and makes Togekiss a Dynamax Togekiss. Ash then realises that this could be really bad. Holds out his arm with his Mega Stone on, and is about to Mega Evolve it when the episode ends. So there we go, another episode done. Continuation of Ash vs Cynthia. Again, I think it's a very, very good episode. One thing I do want to point out, I really enjoyed the fact that Dragovish never gave up. Again, I thought it was just there for comedic relief. Wasn't really going to do much. It was just on his team because it was a fossil Pokemon. It was a new Pokemon. Not really going to do much, but I was very, very impressed by Dragovish. Another point I really enjoyed and was surprised at was Surfetched, and the way it used its shield to defeat all the Stealth Rocks. Again, normally in a Pokemon game, you can't defeat Stealth Rocks. However, in fact, no, I lie about that. You can use Rapid Spin and get it off the field. In fact, I suppose that's what Surfetch actually did. It uses its shield to use Rapid Spin and get rid of the Stealth Rocks. Huh. I didn't think about that. Another big surprising part of the episode was, again, Dynamax Togekiss. I mean, we all thought it was going to be Mega Lucario against Mega Garchomp, but here we are with Dynamax Togekiss. But what rating am I going to give this episode? I think I'm going to have to do the same as last week. I think I'm going to have to give it a 10 out of 10. The episode was enjoyable. It was really, really good. There was battles. It was back and forth pretty much the whole time. There was surprising factors, especially with Surfetch defeating the Stealth Rock and the Dynamax Togekiss. It was really, really enjoyable. You know, it was a really good episode to watch, and I would highly, highly recommend watching this episode along with the last episode as well. Next week, we'll have the continuation and hopefully the finale of Ash vs Cynthia. So yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing Mega Lucario taking on Garchomp and Dynamax Togekiss. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments below. Smash that thumbs up button if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next week with the continuation of Ash vs Cynthia.